In the heart of the serene, mist-covered Tamang village, nestled amidst the majestic Himalayan mountains, a whisper of fear gradually began to spread. The villagers, known for their rich cultural tapestry and vibrant festivals, started noticing peculiar changes in their otherwise peaceful haven. Strange footsteps were heard at night, livestock began to vanish, and a dread hung in the air that was difficult to dispel. A fiend from their ancient folklore, the one known only in hushed whispers, seemed to have come alive. Its massive, grotesque figure was said to be part of the legends, a warning recounted by elders under the dim light of an oil lamp. Yet now, it manifested as a very real, very dangerous threat, terrorizing the close-knit community without mercy. In the village square where laughter once echoed, conversations took a sharp turn to whispers of fear. The young and old alike shared tales of how they'd glimpsed the red eyes of the fiend watching them from the edge of the woods, its breath visible in the night air like a fog upon the ground. The courage that once ran through the veins of the villagers seemed challenging to invoke when faced with the terrifying reality. No one dared to leave their homes after sundown, for the fiend was always hunting, lurking, ready to pounce. A meeting was called by Tenji, the village's revered lama and a man of profound wisdom. His granddaughter Lamu, young yet brave, raised her voice in the gathering. "We cannot live in fear," she declared. "We must confront this monster. Together." Lamu's bold words ignited a sense of unity. The villagers gathered their courage, and under Lama Tenji's guidance, they crafted a plan. Rituals that dated back centuries were performed, invoking the spirits of their ancestors for protection. Armed with burning torches and the rhythmic chants of ancient mantras, they set a trap, hoping to lure the fiend into a clearing deep in the forest. The nights of preparation were long and filled with anxiety, but when the moment came, a formidable band of villagers stood ready. As the fiend emerged from the dense undergrowth, towering, grotesque, and enraged, the villagers, led by Lamu, faced it with unyielding resolve. The air was thick with tension, the only sound the beating of drums and the chants of Lama Tenji. In an awe-inspiring stand of bravery and unity, they fought the fiend using traditional weapons and spiritual strength. As the first light of dawn broke, dispersing the shadows of fear, the villagers watched as the monstrous figure that had terrorized them so long dissolved into the morning mist, vanquished not just by might, but by the timeless bond that held their community together.